What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Willie here at the Great Outdoors. You know, there has been a showdown that has been long since coming. It's probably past due. And I think it's about time we tried to get these two to work things out. And if we can't get them to work things out, then so be it. They just can't get along. But what I'm getting at is the hatred. I mean, downright disgust between the American-made Century 100B and the Chinese-made 45th anniversary. Is there a reason to dislike the 45th anniversary because it's made in China? I mean, is it really a bad reel? Is it better or worse than the American-made Century 100B? Now, you may remember this guy right here. This is the Duke. That's right, the reel that I rescued from a tackle shop display case that was completely and totally locked up. Well, now he's working, new gears. He's still beat up and ugly and looked like some kids used him to play catch, but he works. Along with this Frankenstein together out of several different versions of 45th anniversary reel that we put together thanks to Gary Barber. Both on Ozark Trail OTX rods, 6'8", 3 to 16 pound line, and they are, what is this? The action is medium. Let's give these things a fling or 7. See what we think. See what we really think. We're gonna start off with the Duke. See how he reacts. With a new color. See that? That is a new color grub by Charlie Brewer. The slider. I'll tell you a little more about that if we catch some fish with it. There's our first catch, first fish. It is the third cast with the new oops color on the Duke. Duke did good. He's got smooth gears now though too, so that makes a big difference. All right, 45th anniversary coming up. 45th anniversary. First cast, first fish, second fish. That was disgusting, really. Let me throw him back and we'll talk real quick. Both rods and reels feel the same during the cast. Here's what happened though. On the first cast with the Century 100B, the Duke, it locked up on the first cast and didn't. It cast about 10 feet and got caught up. Got caught on the, I guess on the retrieval pin. First cast on the 45th anniversary. Same identical thing. There's that. Now let's switch back to the Duke again real quick. Crappie number 2 for the Duke. Now, even though the Duke has some new gears, he's still got a little bit of a gear growl to him. Honestly, I'm almost positive some of these reels probably came from the factory that way. But I'm just guessing. All right, 45th anniversary. Number 2. Not sure what that was all about. Okay, 45th anniversary has an issue. All right, back down here we got the 45th again. Something's catching. I don't know what it is. It's the line is catching something and it's beginning to actually get slightly aggravating. Let's see here. I'm not seeing an issue. Oh, I do see an issue. Looky here. The nut's coming loose on the rotor. Okay, that can present a problem. And the biggest problem is how did it do that? Because these things were tight. That is really loose. I guess then it has something to like with Shakespeare. Some of theirs have those little stars underneath of there that keep them from coming loose. But anyway, okay, there's our first mechanical issue, but just one of them things. Get the cap back on here. And there we go. She cast as good as new. There we go. There we go. Pretty good one right there. He's got a little weight to him. He's got bread weight. That's what he's got. That's good crappie right there. All right, now I hope you were listening, and maybe you can hear a little bit of difference in the gearing or something that you may be able to put in the comments what you think you might have heard. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Let's go with the Duke again. That is that oops I was telling you about. It is a chartreuse with a red sparkle, which I think in some realms they call it motor oil. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. The Duke casts a little further. Don't know why, just does. But we're gonna test that theory out too here in just a few minutes. We'll go over to the pier. We'll cast off there. Oh, there we go. Got another one. I hate to leave here. We're catching fish. That's right. F-E-E-S-H. Fish. That's a good one too. Man, are the big ones moving in over here now? Now, were you listening to that one? Did you hear any difference? All right. I'm going to grab 45th anniversary again real quick. And let's see about that distance of cast thing again. Yeah, it does. The Duke casts further. Let's pull a little bit of this line out and at least see if we got maybe a tangle or something going on. I didn't feel any real resistance there, but just loosen things up a bit. Hold on to it here and get that line back in there with no knots going in, hopefully. There we go. Now maybe I will switch baits. That's what I'll do. Because this bait may not have the weight. It may not carry the weight that other Charlie Brewer does. And I'll show you another color that I got. And maybe these little fellows will like it too. This is another oops. I don't know if you can see that right there. Category, oops. It's like a fluorescent pink with a chartreuse, a clear top, and silver sparkle. It looked cool to me. I'm like, I think fish would eat that. I mean, they spend most of the time I'm fishing, they're eating stuff that with weird colors and things that aren't really out there in their environment. So let's see what this does. maybe I can call Charlie Brewer back and say, your two-tone pink with the chartreuse tail, oops, catches some fish. That's right, F-E-E-S-H, fish. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, now that did go a little further. It could be because I pulled some of that line out, and it could be that the girth of the Charlie Brewer, as opposed to the Big Bites baits, might be a little bit different, might add a little bit more weight to it. Oh, I had him and I missed him. He was actually kind of swimming with the lure. I think the Charlie Brewer bait might have a little more girth to it, and it might not have as much of that in-air flight flopping with the tail bubble gumming like the Big Bites like to do. There we go. You crazy doggone oops, just caught a fish, Charlie. Just letting you know. He ain't big, but he's hooked. He's not bad. He ain't terrible. Uh-oh. What was that noise? Oh, okay. Come on. I love it when these things bend the medium rod. It's just fun. Of course, I'm just dragging them across the top of the water. That's another decent fish. Not huge, but they're this colors. I mean, if y'all see that color scheme there, that's catching fish. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go back over here to the Duke with that fancy other color that we have. It's funny, the Duke makes more noise as the line goes out. I have noticed that. I don't know why. I don't know what difference there would be. But... all right, Charlie Brewer's version of half-inch crappie grub Tennessee shad, okay? Not redfin, Tennessee. And this is on the Duke. Oh, we got a hit immediately. I'm not sure I even made 4 rotations of the crank arm there before I got a hit. Let's let me cast that back out there. That was an immediate hit. Make sure it didn't mess the bait up. Oh, another one. The Duke has got a little bit of a growl to her. I'm sure y'all probably noticed that by now. Good fish right there. Okay. Why didn't I turn the camera on? It hit the water and that guy hit it. It's a bluegill. He hit like he was a bullet.
Yeah.
And he caught it sideways. Well, now I got the camera on. We're good now. So, but now I got to figure out how to get this out of him without him going berserk. For those of you who are watching me as we speak, I have come over to a friend of mine who camps here as well. That's Bob standing there. He has the American-made Johnson Century 100B. I have the 45th anniversary. We're both flinging hula poppers. He's got the black that I usually use and have good luck with out here, but for some crazy reason, the light colored one this time got a gill on the first cast. I wasn't expecting that, so I ended up not having the camera on. There you go. I told you. Just took a couple casts. Purple and gold, the panfish killer.
My little small twist-tail.
Oh, you're going with the, what do you call them? Beetle spins, yeah. Oh no, I was supposed to be watching. On the beetle spin. First cast. Well, bluegill. Exactly what you expected. Gotta love bluegill. Oh, I'll tell you what. I would rather catch a big bluegill any day of the week than just medium bass, to be honest with you. There we go. Oh, That was a bass.
Yeah.
Wasn't very big, but
There you go.
this is the color I use when I'm trying to catch anything.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
What color is it?
It's called thread fin shad. It's like a gray with a sparkle, a silver sparkle in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I spoke too soon. That's a bass.
Nice.
The bass are the only ones that come up and jump. Not bad. Well, here we are on day 2 of, it was really small. I think we're going to change that. This is day 2 of the 45th anniversary versus the American-made Johnson Century 100B. We almost caught one and we got a hit, so let's see. Oh my God, the tail's gone. What the devil kind of scissor-beaked animal was that? Oh, there we go. There we go. They're just further out than I could cast. What's happening, man? Oh, just catching fish. That's what I do. Making lips sore. Thank you, man. You too. There we go. Come on, mayfly. Move on. Ain't May yet. Or is it? Man, I don't have to worry about him coming off. There we go. Got him off there. Nice little copy. All right, we got the 45th anniversary with the Barber on here. Let's see. Let's just see. I mean, oops, that, I didn't do that right. That's a little better. And we sunk that one. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but I sure did. That fish was hungry. Man, he is tiny. Oh my gosh. How did you sink that bobber like that? Little guy. Thank you, little fella. Here we are, 45th anniversary. Man, the carp are swimming over there. They are big. Looks like sharks. I don't know if y'all can see it. Maybe Evan can do a close-up. You see the fins coming out of the water over there. Now, what was that? Oh, I got hit. Oh, and something went after it right there. That's my drag screaming for. Come on now. That's a gill. That is a gill. Come on over here, big gill. Where have y'all been? Y'all been over here in this cove the whole time? Hanging out by the fountain? Bunch of fancy pants gills. Nice gill. Thank you, Gil. Now that was with jig here with the old Crappie Max thread fin shad. Which if I had $1 for every time I've said that, that's what it, I just had to, there it is. We got us a, what do we got us? Well, we got us a gill. I just needed to bring the bobber down some. Maybe my stuff was just dragging ground, you know what I'm saying? Hey, stop that, Gil. There's one. We got one with the bobber on the 45th anniversary. That made me so happy. Let's try again. There we go. Sometimes this gets like a game of to bob or not to bob. That is the question. This guy decided he was going to bob. So there we go. Little Gil. Thank you, Gil. What's happening, guys? We are back here at the camper, and man, is it nice to be inside here. 89 degrees today. It is hot outside, and it's been a long day. I have been going to work and camping, and I've had a 62-mile drive both directions to go to work. I'm going to tell you, it's nice to come back here. It really is. To get up here, still be dirty from the day and not worry about it, and go fishing for a little while and come back, take a shower, eat some dinner, that kind of thing. But first off, let's just say it's been a great day. It's been a great 2 days, actually. I started this video because I think there's a lot of controversy between the U.S.-made Johnson Company reels and the 45th anniversary and some of the other Chinese-made stuff. Now, I know a lot of people won't touch a 45th anniversary with a 10-foot pole just because it's made. A 10-foot pole? I wonder if I put one of those on a crappie rod. It's just because they were made in China and they only like the American-made stuff. Because for one, the American-made stuff, it's easy to get parts for. You can find another reel or, you know, something like that. The 45th being Chinese, they are done differently. The tolerances on the 45th anniversary are different. So, though you can put those parts, 45th anniversary, in an American-made Johnson Century, they do not work correctly. Just how they are. There's different nut sizes for the crank. There's different nut size for the pinion shaft. There's different things. They require spacers to get the right tolerance between the body where your anti-reverse right and left retrieve is at. They take a spacer behind the crank there, and sometimes it can take 2, it can take 1, it can take 11. It just depends on how good the machinery was cutting the steel that day, or who was paying attention and not eating a sandwich or something when it was going on. But regardless, because of Gary Barber, I've been using these 45th anniversaries. I've been using one, okay? As you recall, way back, we built that one. I've been using it ever since. Now, let's talk about an issue with the reel. The 45th anniversary, the only issue I've really had has been the occasional catch on the retrieval pin when I cast. Now, they can be filed down. I may do that. I may file them down slightly, but it only happens every so often. And it really hasn't had too bad of a catch in the spool when I catch a bigger fish and then go to cast again. Not that bad. I've been very surprised. So let's talk about the Duke. The Duke being another episode way back. You saw me rescue the Duke from a display case in a tackle shop, fishing ProTech, or ProTech Fishing, or Tech Fishing, Tech Pro Fishing. I never get them in the right order. But anyway, they're in Toanna, Virginia, and I believe they are fishing ProTech. So I rescued that reel, locked up completely. Couldn't move it. Looked like it had been used as a soccer ball. That's right, it was in bad shape. Well, we got it broke loose, got it working. Well, it growled like crazy. The gears were just in terrible shape. Somebody had tried to turn it while it was froze up. Okay, never do that. Okay, just don't do that. Because something has to give. Hey, the air conditioner came on. You probably can't hear anything I'm saying now. But man, does it feel good. The gears being messed up, I ordered another set of gears. So, what ended up coming, one gear, because they didn't have, Matt's Reel Repair did not have I think it was the pinion gear. He had the crank gear, but he did not have a pinion gear to fit it. Which, now, I may be able to call up Gary and say I need a pinion gear for a 100B. And he probably will have it. So it's good to know people. Very good to know people. So anyway, this particular reel, finally getting back on its feet, was doing pretty good. It, however, has the occasional catch, just like the 45th anniversary does. After catching a big fish, it'll occasionally get snagged in the line, but not much. Not very much at all. It also has the same occasional grab of the retrieval pin, pickup pin, depending on who you are and how you want to say it. I've always called it retrieval pin. That's just me. I made it up. It's my own terminology. So if you don't want to say it that way, don't. Say pickup pin. It'll probably make the people who really know what they're talking about feel better. Doesn't make me feel any better, but it will probably make them feel better. Anyway, occasionally when I cast, it'll snag on it. Not that big a deal. I can file that down as well, and probably take that problem away. Now, differences here between the two reels. The 45th anniversary is a thicker, heavier reel. That's the only thing that I've really noticed. The crank arm is thicker. It feels heavier, so it does spin a lot freer. Your crank handle is different because in the 45th anniversary, it's more of a gripped with a J in it for, you know, of course, Johnson Company, where the, I don't know, it looks like a giant candy corn handle on a American version. However, the handle that is on mine, I do believe came from a Citation. So there you go. I do have some American-made Century crank handles at the house I could put on there if I wanted. But since I built this thing kind of out of everything, trying to get it to live again, I feel cool about it being different and having that larger rotation with the crank handle. So if I had to choose between the two to take out, obviously, I would probably take the 100B, American-made 100B. I'm not downing the 45th anniversary, and I'm going to tell you right now that if that 45th anniversary was the only thing I had standing up in the corner, I would not have a single solitary problem taking that thing and going fishing with it. Not a problem at all. But the only issue is that 45th anniversary parts, you have to have 45th anniversary parts. That's just how it works. Where a 100B, you can use, you know, all kinds of parts from a Citation and all kinds of parts from another Century, and a little bit easier to come by. I'm sure there's people out there like Gary who probably have an abundance of 45th anniversary parts. And I'm going to tell you now that if you have reels, Johnson reels, and you need parts, you need to be able to repair your reel, I'm going to put Gary's email down. He said I could do this. He asked me if, you know, to put out there if your subscribers are looking to rebuild their Johnson Century Citations or whatever else you have, you can always call and find out what he's got, or email and find out what he's got. So I'm going to put this right down here, and I am going to say right now that I like both reels. I don't have a problem using either one of them to this point anyway. So now I'm going to celebrate. What am I going to celebrate, you might ask? One non-rainy day. That's right. I've had a non-rainy day. Now that doesn't mean it's not coming. It could happen before midnight, but I'm going to celebrate. Hold on a minute. Ha ha! This is lemon sherbet. Hershey's lemon sherbet. And I'm celebrating one non-rainy day. That's right. 89 degrees, a non-rainy day, some fish were caught using some of my favorite reels ever made. Man. Woo! Lemon sherbet. Man, that'll turn your eyelids inside outward. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one. Whatever the next one may be. Oh. It is going to be really hard not to finish this whole thing. That is really good.